Let's see if we still remember how to do this. The Weege show with actual sunshine and riding on a Friday on press day. This has been ages since we've done this. It's Cullin Park.
Weege show.
You look happy.
Yeah.
This is beautiful weather. But are you gonna get Brandon as a mud guy? Are we okay with the sunshine? Are we okay with this?
Yeah, I just got asked the same question.
I bet. I bet you're quickly being branded for the rest of your career. If it rains, people are gonna say Cullin Park.
Oh yeah, okay.
They will.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
It's like an AP thing.
Yeah, you'll be like that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. But I also want to be known for it in the dry.
Well,
so
sure.
We need to get our dry results a little bit better.
So when it's sunshine like this and you actually get to ride on Friday, you are pumped.
Oh yeah,
like you,
for sure.
yes.
The mud, like I just said, it's like obviously I did good in the mud, so I'm okay with the mud. Like if you told me it's gonna monsoon tomorrow, I'd say okay, like awesome. Yeah. But the dry too, like I'm ready to go. But the thing with mud is it's like, dude, even in the heat races, they're so stressful. Like as dumb as it sounds, you're stressing just to make it in the main because, dude, the stupidest things can happen when it's that muddy. So like Foxborough, like dude, in the heat race, I was nervous. I'm like, dude, I just need to get into the main, and then from then on, it's go time. Yes. But it's just stressful on everyone. Like my mechanic, he's got to work his tail off all day, and everyone a part of the team. I mean, dude, after the heat races, your bike's pretty much destroyed already. Right. And then you're just hoping that it makes it all the way through the night, right? So a lot of things have to go your way in the mud, and obviously did for me on Foxborough. So, but yeah, in the dry, I'm looking to put myself in good positions off the start, and I want to be in the top 5.
After that race, you were actually, what, only 15 points behind or something like that? Because you've had a solid season. Is that something you were actually thinking of, or are you still just like, nah, I'm here for individual results on an individual weekend, or were you thinking about points at that point?
No, definally points, because like I definitely, for me, it's like in the championship, top 5 is definitely a pretty decent pay for me. So I've been definitely focused on points the whole time, but when you're in the moment in the main, you're not really thinking about that. You're just thinking about the best you can possibly do. So, but it was actually funny, right before I did my podium interview, they showed me like the TV screen, it showed the points. I was 15 back, I was like, holy smokes, like, that's pretty sick.
But when you think points, you're thinking, I want to stay top 5. You weren't thinking, could I gain 15 points in the lead?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to think that, but I got to be realistic with myself. I mean, my best result before Foxborough was 7, so I just need to, I couldn't let the thoughts get too deep, you know? I don't feel like it was realistic for me to say I'm going after a championship now, but it was pretty cool to even like kind of bring that up a little bit. But yeah, no, I mean, the goal was to be 5 to 8 each weekend this year, and that's what I'm trying to do, and I really want to be in the top 5 these next 2 races.
Okay, you are doing it. That's why you're 5th in points. That's right.
Yeah, thank you.
You race?
Part-time.
Wow. I was not there last weekend. I heard a rumor you were there.
I was there.
That was real. I'm a part-timer too.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not a bad program, is it?
No, I kind of dig it. Like my wife's happy with it.
When you please, you know.
Is your wife happy with it?
Part-time.
Absolutely.
Part-time.
Part-time as well? Part-time as well. Oh, you were not grinding, setting up a bike to go in the pits every weekend?
5 weeks, I was home every weekend hanging with the kids. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Wife was okay with that?
Now it's like, what do you mean you're going racing?
Yeah, that's...
Man, Dean, he needs a bike, we're going.
That's it.
You ruined it. You ruined it.
I know.
So what it sounded like, paying attention to your interviews, Arm Pump City last week.
Bad.
Do you think just doing one will help that?
Yeah. For sure. Because I didn't even have arm pump prior till then, like during the week or anything.
Yeah.
So all day though, I wasn't just like in the race. It was in practice, first practice, second practice, heat and main, and I think the conditions also played part of that, because I haven't ridden in those conditions in probably a year. Yeah. So that also threw me off, and I was just honestly, I was kind of nervous, not gonna lie. I was kind of calm, but at the same time kind of nervous, because I think the track, it was a little bit gnarly just to jump into.
Sure.
But other than that, I think result was not good, but you know, I know that I'm way better than that, so that's good.
Okay, I got 2 things for you. First, you said you were racing, what was it, UK Arena Cross? But you said you weren't riding during the week.
No.
Were you living over there, staying there? What? You were just staying there?
I was living there.
Oh, really?
So,
whereabouts?
In Scotland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was bringing that full circle.
Whoa!
Yeah, so
like seeing relatives and all that.
Yeah, and I was training with my cousin.
What?
Kevin, he's a trainer, and like I would just go train with him every day. Yep. But I wasn't riding during the week, and I'd race on the weekends.
Because did you not even have a bike over there? Or the weather's that bad?
I had one, but it was like on the other side of England, and it was just more of a pain. Yeah. And the races I was doing was 7 minutes, so you know. So when I came back to the States, and then we made this deal happen. Yeah. I've really only had about 3 to 4 weeks before the race of actual riding time. Right. So I am behind a little bit, but we've made the most of what we had, and you know, we're getting there.
And then my last thing is, you raced a Honda there, you raced one last year, you with your Reeves team and all that, and the international races. How different is this? Is it like, no, I really need time to adjust, or is it not that big a change? And it's a new year bike also.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's a big change.
Yeah.
It's definitely nothing like I've ever ridden, but I adjusted to it really quick.
Yes.
The bike's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, the way they have it set up. It's,
yes.
You can just tell it's a factory bike, and it's
okay.
Cam does an alright job on it.
We do what we can.
Yeah, we do what we can.
Yes.
So as a part-time crew over here, you know, my back is getting a little sore holding this Honda team on my back.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? G's actually has to rub it out extra hard on the weekends because I'm holding this whole team.
The shoulders, all on his
It's
shoulders.
like, man, we can only do what we can do since the Lawrences aren't out there, but
he's only one guy. He's only one man.
Exactly. But no, it's a lot of fun, really good crew, and also shout out to Yariv and Martine. They were cool enough to let me do it because a lot of people didn't realize, but I was doing 5 rounds no matter what.
For them.
Yeah.
So you would have been with Savachi and McElrath, just part of that program. Oh wow! So they had to help you out to let this happen.
But then I kind of helped them out because that wasn't necessarily supposed to be a 3-man 450 team either. So
yes, because McElrath, that's right. Because McElrath was maybe beginning of the year only.
Yeah. I told Martine earlier. I said I just saved you so much parts budget. you got lots of clutches left.
Will you go back to them for other stuff? Maybe go back to Australia,
well, no, I'm
WSX?
definitely doing Australia and all that.
For them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're good?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Way to make it happen, and welcome back.
I like the haircut.
Every once in a while, that's what I said. I'm like, can you give me a fade?
Yeah.
Yeah, you recognize.
The right side more than the left, though. I'm trying to give you a heads up.
I think they still think that I want to part it. I'm like, I'm not parting my hair. Yeah. Good stuff, boys. It's the Weege Show brought to you by Honda in the CRF 250R and CRF 450R. Check out our show from yesterday in New York City, talking to Malcolm Stewart about his movie premiere. Now we talk about racing. Those are a couple Hondas right there. We just talked to Cullin Park. We just talked to Dean. Are you racing? No. Okay. Not high des. I did learn that. Not a high des guy. Just visits. You just visit. Hardy Munoz. I'm glad to really talk to you. You probably would not believe this, but when I'm not at the races and I'm at home and I'm watching, you're one of my son's favorite riders because we know you will go for it. You might jump something no one else is jumping. If you're catching somebody, you're gonna try. Have fans come up to you? Have people recognize you as a pretty fun guy to watch? Have you heard this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a show.
Yeah. Oh, like the Daytona deal too.
Yeah, especially that one.
So do you try to play into the fans a little bit? Like, do you feed off that?
Yeah.
You do?
I like it. I like to make people happy. They come here to have a blast, and, and it's our job to make it happen. Okay, yeah, so that's part of your deal. If kind of the louder they go, the bigger you'll go? Of course.
Oh, yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, weren't you raced the Nations at Redbud, right?
Yep.
Weren't you the first guy that jumped the leap that year?
Yes,
on a
sir.
250 too?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. So can we just say you're not scared? Is that what it comes down to?
Yeah, but we don't show it.
Oh, you.
Yeah,
maybe you are, but you don't show it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We act like we don't, but.
That's right. Oh, when you're in the air over Laraco's Leap, you might actually be.
Yeah, especially when you think you're not gonna make it.
Yes, you might actually be scared, but no one saw that.
Yeah, no one saw that.
Your season has actually been really solid, even results-wise. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy. I think there's a few rounds that I could have done better. Yeah. We can always do better.
Yeah.
But we're working on that, and hopefully we can climb a little bit on the board, and I'll be happy with that. Yeah.
Where do you want to be? Like top 5? Is that?
I want to finish, so I'm sitting 13 on the points right now.
Yeah.
I really want to make it to the top 10.
Okay.
I think it's 100% achievable.
Yes.
And we just got to put all the pieces together. We still have 3 rounds to make it work.
That's right. Yeah, but on an individual night, I feel like you could get 5th if you get a start. Don't you think you could do that?
Yeah, we actually been working on the starts a lot, and I think if I can get a start, we can do a lot better. Okay, and then you'll go big. Yeah, I mean, if I get a good start, hopefully the crowd will be loud, and we'll go for it. All right, cheer for Chile. That's Hardy Munoz. It's great. Between him and RJ Hampshire every weekend, my son is he just loves watching the 250s because between those two, it is a non-stop roller coaster ride of what's going to happen next, both good and bad. It's great. And I kind of like how the sport has those like characters, even the way they ride a motorcycle, not just the way they speak with the helmet off, but
they're just fun to watch. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to see who else is available here, and then bikes will be on track, which has not happened, I believe, since the Birmingham race like a month ago, because we've had all rainouts of Friday press day. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back. Are you Trevor Colip? Your name is getting to the point where people have been asking me how to pronounce it properly, because you're getting mentioned and noticed more and more. Are you happy with how it's going?
This season, I'm not super stoked on how it's going, but it's been going. I'm dealing with an injury, so
I see.
It's not as good as I'd like it to be. But
I see.
I'm glad that I'm coming over for this.
So you know that you have more that you aren't able to show right now.
Yeah.
What is the goal? Let's say if you're healthy, what step were you hoping to take this year?
Be well inside the top 10. That was my goal for this.
I see. Yeah. So that is a goal you're not quite able to get to yet. But are you still learning just by being able to come out here?
Yeah. Last year I was only able to do 3 races before I got hurt. So I could have had my wrist fixed at the beginning of the season and missed out on a bunch of races. But I thought it would be better to get more experience, even if I'm not 100%. But I thought it would be better to get more experience at a race.
So you knew you could have taken the season off basically to get it fixed, but instead you want laps.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's important. I'd rather miss a couple outdoor rounds than Supercross rounds.
Okay. Experience counts, and we'll keep that in mind. That you're out here getting laps in when you could be resting, recovering. Yeah. Texan?
Yes, sir.
Ryder Floyd?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How's the season gone for you?
Yeah, it had been great.
Okay.
Yeah,
Straight up.
Straight up. It has been good. You know, I came in honestly really prepared. Had a great off season. The team made some really big improvements with the motorcycle this year.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Tampa to Detroit took a step forward. I went to Daytona. I felt like I took another step forward, and ended up going down the heat race and breaking my sternum, and kind of derailed me a bit, and had another accident at Alabama. And you know, so really, I keep coming back. I'm still here.
Are you even riding during the week at this point?
No, I'm riding during the week now. But you know, it kind of derails a lot. You know, the confidence and everything like that. So really, I'm glad to be here to have some good weather. What feels like a normal race, you know.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, for sure. And so, no, it definitely hasn't been the season that I've wanted to, but I'm going to keep showing up. The Tyler team's given me a great opportunity, and you know, last year was really my rookie season, and I really made some big improvements and had a good season. And so this year I really came in prepared, and you know, it's a roller coaster. So, but no, I'm stoked to be here. That's for sure. Definitely not backing down, not bowing out. So yeah, looking forward to a regular race, you could say.
Same thing Trevor's saying. You're logging laps and gaining experience, even if you're not 100%.
Exactly.
My last thing for you as a Texan, are you a dark side guy? Are you a dark side type?
You know, should I claim him?
No, I don't know if you should. Maybe you don't want to.
No, dark side. Like I've known dark side for a really long time. Yeah, I've known him since I was a little guy. And so,
oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
To see him, you know, from where it started to see him now running around the pits and stuff is really cool. And also, you know, for me to be here doing this.
Well, as I'm saying, for both of you, it's kind of like the same thing. Like you're both at the pro level now.
For sure. No, super cool. So no, it's super cool to see. Yeah, I've known him for a long time, and to see him run around the pits doing this is super cool. So
pretty cool.
For sure.
That's a good story.
Yes.
All right. Get well soon, boys. All right, that's the Ty Lube Honda team. Everybody's got their story, right? Everybody's got their story, good, bad, you don't even know. Oh, it's checking with this guy.
Fuel factory.
It's not time for chit chat here, Anton.
Isn't that what that is?
No, it's press.
This is
for press.
Chit chat time.
I don't know what kind of media you do, but I can tell you I've got spies and sources everywhere. I heard, Kay Clayson, you rode in New Jersey this week.
I did.
I had spies on you.
I had a school there.
Yes.
With the Moto Academy.
Yep.
And we had 45 guys.
Dude.
It was sick. I mean, there were 3 coaches, so it worked out really good.
Okay.
But it was awesome. I've never been to Field of Dreams, and that place is really nice.
Yes. I went there a couple times because they had the road race track across the street, and then I glanced over there. I'm like, whoa, this is more legit than I thought.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
Yeah.
So I got to spend a Sunday in Philly.
Okay.
Ubers weren't cheap, so I spent almost all day in my room.
Just to not spend Uber money?
Yeah.
I respect this.
Yeah.
I respect this.
So, and then I had to school, and then I flew back. And I got to give my wife a shout out. I didn't get back until midnight, and she washed my bike for me from the week before, so I could ride on Tuesday.
Oh, geez.
So
you did a school, but you did also Wait, was this back home, or did you ride?
Yeah, so I had to fly home from New Jersey to go back to club and ride Tuesday.
To ride, okay. So you were not here the whole time?
No.
Between this and Philadelphia?
No. I had to go home and do my actual job.
Actual job.
I love schools, but I gotta try to get better on the motorcycle.
Well, especially because you missed a whole bunch of time here. Was that going back to Tampa? Yeah. Right. So how's that actually going? You broke your arm?
I broke my arm. I got a cool new scar. You know?
Oh boy.
A nice plate, some screws.
Yep.
First time I've gotten one of those. But I've been back on the bike 3.5 weeks now.
Yeah.
So this week was a lot better. I feel like I made a step in confidence, fitness, and all that jazz this week.
Yep.
So that was good.
Yeah, because that was the return. You just had it. Yes, you just had it. But you weren't as ready.
Okay, last week. Like the speed was okay, but it was the speed combined with multiple laps wasn't good.
Okay.
My qualified like 20th, like around guys that sometimes I'd qualify around.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, yeah, like I'm cool, I can work with that. And then once the laps came, it was like there was too many mistakes, too much other crap. So I think this week should be a step in the right direction.
Okay. In the main, that's the goal.
That's
back
the
to
goal.
back to
back
that.
to the main.
Yep. We're doing great things for the motocross enthusiasts of New Jersey.
How many laps did your guy do this morning? There's like huge ruts in the corner already.
One lap he could do that.
He could do that.
Just
That's
digging
how fast
trenches.
he is?
Oh yeah, podium speed.
Got it.
Podium speed.
Cool.
Good to see you back, Cade Clayson. Yes, my guy. Who is Cade Clayson referencing there? It is none other than the return, just like Indy, of the great Justin Brayton, just absolutely lighting it up. This morning I was in New York City. I was still there. But all the way from over across the Hudson River, I heard a sound of a crisp Honda Sierra 450R, just ripping, just ripping.
Absolutely.
Can you confirm or deny?
I can somewhat confirm.
Okay.
Got to tune into the NBC broadcast.
Okay.
To see, but
we don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it. But you're right. Yes, you are.
Yes, it was epic. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
The whoops.
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah. We got segment times.
Okay. Okay. Is there a little pressure that Dino's racing the factory Honda? Is there a little pressure on him?
On him, yes.
Yes. Because he knows what the bike is capable of.
Yeah, we had a quick conversation earlier today. He was a little nervous, but I assured him everything's going to be okay.
Speaking of the whoops, there are the two whoops back to back that actually made it into the real build.
Yep.
The long run, is that an exceptionally long run coming in? Yeah.
That's great. That's a big separator.
Yes.
And a lot of the guys that are, because basically how you go fast through whoops is entry speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, typically you have a turn like this one, the 180 degree into whoops.
Yes. This is.
And you can carry
This is
speed
the second one,
Your max speed is limited, right?
Yeah.
Not the first set. Like you're gonna have so much speed coming into those, and that's gonna be a big separator, which is cool. I like it.
Because some guys won't want to.
They're gonna check up.
They're gonna check
guys
up.
Will check up. Other guys will. I mean, you could gain literally 2 bike lengths from the berm to the first whoop here.
And then your entire speed through the whoops.
Yeah.
Are you checking up?
Yeah. No.
There's no checking up.
I like the two sets of whoops, but also I just feel like even like what he's saying, your entrance speed in the first.
Yeah.
I think it comes all the way into the second set because how you hit the first set.
Oh, okay.
Like, even though there is a turn.
Yeah.
Dude, the more speed you have into the turn is gonna go all the way into the second set of whoops. So yeah, there's a lot of time. And also JB throwing in there that he got segment times. He might be plotting a comeback. You know, like checking out segment times tomorrow. He's like, I got some speed. Who knows? JB comes back. You never know. You know.
I'm down. We'll see how you measure up.
Yeah.
He'll be watching.
Yeah.
He'll be watching. Good stuff. Thanks, Cullin Park. Thanks everybody participating. Always good to get some of the privateer stories as well with the Ty Loop Honda guys. I might be able to get Simons in here before we're done. Oh, here we go. Yo, Nate Thrasher, we got time? We're not going yet? Dude, I didn't even see you last week. I was home. I was just lazy on the couch watching on TV, and I basically never saw you.
Yeah.
So can you tell me about your race?
It was going pretty well until the red flag there. I think I was in 6th or 7th, so we were in a good spot.
Yep.
Started like 8th or 9th and kind of moved my way up a little bit. And then after the restart, I just I don't know if something was on the grade or something. I just kind of spun off the grate and was like not even on the grade coming next to the rut, and I was in dead last and just wasn't aggressive enough first 3 laps and just too far back. And it actually didn't ride too bad. It's just in east-west like that, when you're that far back, it's hard to make your way back up. And just need to be a little bit more aggressive.
Star Racing will stop at nothing to find the edge.
Yeah.
I heard they watered the track to be ready for mud races.
Yeah.
Are they going to do fake restarts?
Fake restarts.
Like do 3 laps, and when you don't expect it, take a break? Could they do that?
They could.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
Yeah, because it's a thing now. It is. All right. Yeah, on East for sure. All right, they're gonna go ride. Forgot how we do this on Friday. Thanks for all the guests on the show. Shout out to Devin Simonson, who's back for the first time this year. Had a ride with Chris in, I think, November. Gonna get a couple races in before the year is up. Just keeping you on top of all the privateer stories as they go riding in New Jersey. And I mentioned this on Weege Show many times. This is a home race for me. This is where I grew up. I remember coming here in 1987 in the old stadium that was in the same piece of property, and the crowd was about as big as this right now. Just kidding. It was maybe like, it was very sparse compared to what will have on Saturday, because the weather's going to be great tomorrow, by the way. And dude, I remember seeing Rick Johnson back in the 80s. For some reason, the riders would literally walk the track like after the heat race. They just come back out and walk the track. You just randomly see Jeff Ward, Ron Lachine, whoever, just walking around. And I just remember RJ was in this beautiful blue Fox kit. This is 87. And I was just like, look at that gear. That's Rick Johnson. And I was probably like there, like way up there. And he was like right here. And you could just see the blue gear. And I'm just like, dude, that's Rick Johnson. And I was talking to some people at the Malcolm movie last night. Other people have been around even longer than me. And to have a movie premiere in New York City and that glitz and glamour, riders have their social media and their YouTube and all these things that didn't exist back then. But to me, it's the same. It's just different tools. It's not like when Rick Johnson was in this tunnel with blue gear, that's all you could do. That's all you could do. There wasn't YouTube. He couldn't do a vlog back then. But he still had that same aura of you're a rock star, you're a celebrity, you're a superstar, that people see you in person once a year maybe, or once in their life, and they're like, oh. And for those of us in New Jersey, like, you're not gonna see Rick Johnson. Maybe you could drive up to Unadilla or Southwick, but I'm like, this could be the only time in my life that I'm in the same building and breathing the same air as Rick Johnson and Jeff Ward. So, as I say every year on this Weege Show, when we have a race in this building, don't take for granted the growth, because yes, the Anaheim Supercross back in the 80s was huge, like 70,000 people. The building was bigger back then. But these Northeastern races, they used to have a Philadelphia race. Back in the day, disaster. They had races here, crowd disaster. Pittsburgh, disaster back in the day. We're hearing next week is going to be massive. So that is a cool sign of growth. It is not just a Southern California thing that it was back in the 80s. That culture of all the good riders, the teams, and the fans were in Southern California. It's good to know that we can go all over the country, and really all over the world in the case of guys like Dean Wilson, and draw some fans. Thanks for watching.